teacher Blando.
And we are your teachers for today.
Before we start, may I request everyone to please stand up to start our morning prayer. All together we say, Our Father in heaven, holy be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Do not bring us to the test, but deliver us from evil. Okay class, you may now take your seat. Now, let's have our attendance and say present when your name is called. Let's start with Mr. Roy. Okay. Mr. Garcia. Okay. Miss Anne. Okay. Miss Rika. Okay. Ready na ba mo class? Okay, let's start. Our lesson for today is all about Pythagorean Theorem. In this lesson, you are expected to first, illustrate Pythagorean Theorem using variety of examples. Second is to solve Pythagorean Theorem using a variety of strategies. And third is to appreciate the importance of proving Pythagorean Theorem through solving real-life problems.
Okay, before we proceed to our topic for today, let's have a review first. Kinsay na kinumdum sa atong topic kahapon? Okay, we have theorem for proving triangle similarities. So, we have three examples of theorem. We have AE or angle-angle theorems. SA is side-angle-side theorem. And last is SSS, side-side-side theorem. Okay, to totally recall the previous discussion, determine which of the following picture shows similar triangle. Okay, we have the answer. For number 1, similar triangle. For number 2, not similar triangle. For number 3, similar triangle. And also to number 4. And number 5 is not a similar triangle. 6, not similar triangle. 7, similar triangle, and also the number 8. And 9 and 10 are not similar triangles. Based on the pictures, which sides of a right triangle do you think has the longest measure? Do you find what is a Pythagorean theorem?
Before we formally start our discussion, I would like to give an activity which will give you an idea about the lesson. In this group activity entitled Measuring, you will form a group consisting of at least 5 members. Your main task is to cut out a right triangle and then measure each side using a ruler. I have here an example of a right triangle. As you can see, one corner measures 90 degrees. This shorter leg will be labeled as A side, and this longer leg will be labeled as B side, while this diagonal will be labeled as C side. After the activity, one member of each group will present the measurements to the class.
Now let's discuss the Pythagorean theorem. So what is a Pythagorean theorem? The Pythagorean theorem is attributed to the Greek mathematicians and philosopher Pythagoras and his followers who proved this theorem about 2,500 years ago. The square of the hypotenuse and the right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. The formula of the Pythagorean theorem is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, where c is the hypotenuse and a and b are the legs. Now let's prove the formula of the Pythagorean theorem using this example. So we have a right triangle where a is equal to 4 inches and b is equal to 8 inches, and we need to find the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Now what we need to do is, using the formula of the Pythagorean theorem, so we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So we have here 4 squared, since our a is equal to 4, and plus 8 squared, since our b is equal to 8. Now 4 squared is equal to 16. 8 squared is equal to 64. So it's 16 plus 64, so we have 80. So c squared is equal to 80. So we need to square both sides. So we have c is equal to 8.94. So therefore, the hypotenuse of a right triangle is approximately 8.94. So what we need to do, using a formula of the Pythagorean theorem, so we have 24 squared, since c is equal to 24, and copy the e squared, plus 18 squared, since our b is equal to 18, then 24 squared, so we have 576 is equal to, copy the e squared, plus 18 squared is equal to 324. So what we need to do is subtract both sides by 324. 324, so that we cancel out the 324. So we have here a squared, then 576 minus 324 is equal to 252. So next, square both sides. So we have 15.87. So therefore, the missing leg of a right triangle is approximately 15.87.
Well done! Now, may I call on to anyone to share to us an answer to my questions. First, which side of the right triangle has the longest measure? Second, did you find any possible way in measuring the unknown length of a right triangle? Thank you, class, for sharing your answer.
At this point, I want you to apply your learnings in real-life situation. So here goes the situation. Efren wants to climb a banana tree to have some fruit to eat. The 18-feet ladder lies vertically to the banana tree, and he placed its foot 13 feet away from the banana tree. How high is the banana tree that he placed the ladder in his comfort? Hatagan ta mo 5 ka minuto para ansiran ni nga problem. This would be 10 points. I want you to start now. Okay, class, humana ba ang tanan? So pass your papers. So for your assignment, I want you to prove the Pythagorean theorem through sketching one example using real-life situation.
Salamat Tugay for learning with us. Hope you enjoy and learn as well. Stay safe and God bless.